Welcome to Go Get This Podcast, a podcast where we haven't quite decided yet, but we're going to do it anyway. I'm Colby.
I'm a sentient lamp that likes to watch you when you sleep. But you can call me Fee.
What? Wait, sorry. A sentient... Did you say lamb?
Lamp.
Lamp. Oh. Ew.
Sorry,
what?
like, the allergies got my, nose.
Hey, get out of there. I don't want you in here, lamp.
It's too late, I'm watching.
Do you, like...
If you want to ask why I wrote that, I wrote that after we talked about that anime where the guy becomes an ASMR mic.
Oh, yeah. Damn.
And I was like, well, what's one step, near that, but not that? Well, a lamp, by your bedside that is sentient, but you'll never know.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you never talk to your lamp, and so your lamp is just staring there like... Well, sure,
Yeah.
It's another day. Another 16 hours till something happens.
Oh God, I can't wait till they pull my string. Just
Oh my God, Fee,
what?
kill me. Why do you say these things?
I know you have a lamp by your bed, so now you're gonna touch it and be like, oh, what if he's alive?
Yeah, my parent. Okay, so fun fact about the lamp near my bed. My parents, when I was 17, basically my dad did a big job and came into a number of monies, and he was like, well, your bedroom furniture has been basically passed down for the past 20 years. We're going to buy new bedroom furniture for you. And so he took me to a furniture store to go pick up bedroom furniture. And I was like, I don't know, I guess this is fine. I don't know, I guess this is fine. I didn't really care that much. And they were like, okay, we'll pick a lamp. And then I went all over the store and was like, yeah, I don't really like any of these lamps. And they were like, yeah, but you got to pick one from here. And I said, okay, I guess this one's fine. And they were like, okay, cool. Then I get they get the delivery of the furniture. We get the bed, we get the lamps, set them up and everything. And then my parents are like, well, you've got really expensive taste in lamps. I said, what? And they said, well, those are the most expensive lamps we've ever purchased. And, they're the most expensive lamps from that store as well. And I was like,
yeah. Oh,
what? You didn't say anything. Why are you blaming me for this? I would have, no lamp is fine. Kmart lamp, fine. All lamp, fine. Don't care.
You told me specifically to pick any lamp. And then you lambast me when pick a lamp.
And any lamp, by the way, from this store, the expensive furniture store. What did you want from me? You set me up to fail.
You can't. Look, you got to pick a lamp from the store, but they're all expensive, and I'm gonna be mad when you pick one.
Oh.
And you can't shop anywhere else. You fuck.
Yeah, this is the deal, okay? You get I receive the ability to be pissed off at you. You receive lamp.
Listen, this isn't even trade. You get lamp, a valuable light source. I get angry.
Mm-hmm. And I love it. I love being angry.
It's a good trade-off. Your dad does like being angry.
That is true.
What if instead of hey, you have stuff that's been passed down, and instead of being it's already old, we need to switch it out. What if he just one day is just hey, all your stuff is really old, been passed down for 20 years, and it's possessed. Good night. Just
yeah, we just decided it's haunted. So sleep with that.
Shuts the lights off.
I mean, to be fair, that wouldn't have affected me as much as what they did one time is they went to a museum up in Houston and they got a poster of the statue of David framed. I don't know why. And then they decided to hang it in my bedroom when I went to college. So I came home and there was just this poster of the statue of David, just the head staring ominously out with no eyes. Wow. And every time I got home, I would take the paint, I would take it down and turn it around and hang it against the wall. Be like, I'll put this back when I leave, but for now, David stares at the wall.
I know. Why would just the head?
I don't know. I guess I legitimately have no idea. I don't know why they purchased it. I don't know why they decided to put it in my room of all places, but God, I was upset.
Just like, listen, we're just gonna get the statue of David had. We're gonna put it in his room. He's not gonna like it. It's gonna be funny.
It's gonna be very funny. And to be fair, after that, I like night one is whenever like I was laying in bed and then I looked over and was like, oh God, I hate that. And so I got up and I took it off the wall and I put it down. And then the next day, like my dad went in my room for whatever reason. And then he came back out and he was like, oh, so you took down the poster. And I was like, yeah, it was really creepy. It just kept like looking at me at night and like it doesn't have any eyes and I hate it. And so legitimately the next time that I came down, he had taken a red Sharpie and had drawn eyes on the plastic part of the frame just to like give it some eye, and then he drew little bloodshot lines as well. And I was like, why did you do that? He was like, well, you said there was no eyes. You complained about that. Now I put eyes on it. So there you go. Leave my picture up. And I said, no, I don't think I will. Don't think I'll be doing that.
Your fucking dad. He's like, I fixed the problem, stop bitching.
Yeah, I fixed the problem. What are you complaining about?
You could have used the black Sharpie. No.
For eyes? No.
But if it was just a frame picture of just the statue of David's like wiener. Like,
just the wiener?
Yeah. Just like his hips and like the legs, but it cuts off like where the legs are and it cuts off at the torso. It's just like that part, you know how he stands?
Mm-hmm.
It's just that part, just where his wiener's at.
I'm gonna be honest with you, that would have been preferable because like his wiener wouldn't have been staring at me. And that's fine, right? Like you just wake up in the morning and you're like, oh, hello, flaccid dong.
How do you know it's flaccid? Like he could have been a shower.
But it's hanging though.
Well, on the wall.
I'm visualizing it in my head and I'm like, nope, that is a hanger. So that's not, nope.
I mean, like Greeks, right? He's Greek.
Oh God. This is Greek and Roman gets just confused in my brain. So maybe.
Well, I mean, like all those people from back then were all fascinated with tiny wieners. Like if you had a tiny wiener, you were like, more of a man than anyone with a big wiener.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, maybe he was like, I don't know, big for his, like, the time?
Maybe. I mean, to be fair, like, as time goes on, we've had, like, people's feet tend to get bigger over time. Like, evolution is such that, like, people's feet are bigger now and, like, people's pinky toes are smaller. Like, a couple of things like that. Maybe it's true. Maybe if you got in a time machine and went back to, by the way, this is biblical David. So, like, the character is from the Bible, but... the sculpture is from Michelangelo in 1500. So, it's Italian, actually.
How do we know that there wasn't a guy named David back then?
Yeah, maybe it was just his buddy, his Greek buddy David.
Yeah, David and Goliath.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, he's a sculptor, and he gets this commission, and they're like, "Hey, we want you to do biblical David," and he's like, "I don't know how I'm gonna do that because the description of him is like it's just text, and I have a hard time visualizing." I'm just going to pick my buddy David and say, just be very adamant that this is him. They'll be like, the description doesn't look correct. Nope, that's him. That is for sure him. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, my this is my buddy David. And he's like, all right, I just want you to stand there. And by the way, naked for several hours.
Mm-hmm.
You know, try not to get a boner.
Yeah. Stand there naked and just like kind of hold something against you. And then like, just don't get hard or whatever. Like, it's fine, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, you're gonna love it.
It's really like funny to think about statues from back then because they're like really intricate and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Where I really don't know of any statues nowadays that like if anyone has, you know what I mean?
Sorry, you cut out right there. What?
I said I haven't thought of anyone who's sculpted a statue nowadays, like
Out of like stone? Yeah. I mean, I'm
what's
sure there
gonna
are.
well, I mean, like what's gonna be like remembered fondly? Like how long ago was the statue of David?
1500.
Okay, in 1500 years, what are people gonna
That's not.
remember
It's not
from our
1500 years ago. It's like 500 years ago.
in 500
Yeah.
years? What are people gonna remember from our era?
Yeah. I mean, it's got to be. It has to be digital art, I guess. Like, because the mediums that are sort of like the I think the largest, I guess, artist of our generation currently is Banksy. So like, but like graffiti art is like ephemeral. Like it
Yeah,
exists so long as a building exists. So I don't know.
yeah. Well, I mean, I guess I could take a picture.
Well, yeah, that's yes. But like, yeah, I feel like once we invented photography, it was like, well, that's it. We don't need to build and keep anything intricate anymore. We can just take a picture and now it's done.
Uh,
Now I got it forever.
yeah, fuck yeah.
I love this.
I wanted to say something. I was watching an anime.
Okay, and it had the statue of David in it. Sure.
Well, a couple of animes do, but this is off topic.
Okay.
But I didn't want to forget this. It was I was watching The Devil is a Part-Timer season 2,
Oh, okay.
and they are having a lot of fun with the dub because I was watching it in dub.
Mm-hmm.
Because they make SpongeBob references and they make like really weird references, and I think it hit me like a brick wall because
Okay.
like they were going to, I guess, a beach part of Japan, and they
Mhm.
got on an old school train, not like a newer one.
Mm-hmm.
And as they were getting there, like, whoa, this is an old train, like an older style train, like a train. And the girl's like, yep, the pioneers used to ride these babies for miles. And like, I was just like, you motherfucker, you know what you did.
You say, how dare you? How dare you bring SpongeBob into Miami?
So yeah, if you haven't yet watched The Devil's a Part-Timer season 2, because they make SpongeBob references and weird, like the dialogue's really cheeky, but it's not like bad cheeky.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't like some people that dub, sometimes they make their really bad choices. Like if they want to try to be funny, or like they want to correct something that they don't think is like right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not done. Like in Dragon Maid Kobayashi, they did some dub changes and not a lot of people liked it.
Oh, okay.
And
Interesting.
but this one's fine. Like they're having a lot of fun, and you could tell.
That's good. Like, I appreciate whenever they take a couple of liberties with a dub. Like, I appreciate whenever it's like the jokes are sort of updated and sort of I guess changed to be a little more appealing to sort of a Western audience. I
Yeah.
appreciate that with a dub. Because like the sub exists, I guess, and usually I watch anime in sub. So like if you're going for purity, you go for that. And if you're going for like, well, I want to watch the anime and like not have to think too hard about it, then it's like, oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
I guess
well,
let's watch the English one that has some SpongeBob references in it.
well, like when I watching dub, it's because I'm at work and I'm like doing something, so
Mm-hmm.
I want to listen and watch like periodically,
Mm-hmm.
like when something's happening, and I also want to be like drawing or like playing a game or something.
Sure.
So I'll keep the anime on, but like I'm having a lot of fun with the dub so far. That I may go back and watch the sub, but I really like the dub, and I haven't heard any bad things about it. So
Can I just say that I love that when you said I like to watch it and then while I'm doing other things, I imagined you working, but no, the other things were other activities that you could be doing that are not work.
I mean, like, what could I be doing at work?
Writing some stuff or like patrolling, looking at a criminal.
And just decriminal.
Yeah.
And the reason I don't do much at work is because there's just boats there. If something happens, they'll call me on the radio, but
what,
like that.
What if the boat runs away? What if somebody forgot to tie up the boat and it just drifts away?
There would be just a massive, what's it called? I don't know if this would be like a statewide issue if someone hijacked an oil tanker.
I mean, I imagine if it has enough oil on it, yes, that would be a very big issue.
Yeah, it would be a big issue because not only is it an oil tanker and like the havoc they could wreak, but it's a foreign oil tanker. Like foreign authorities would get into this, port police, fucking, oh god, it'd be a big issue.
But what if nobody stole it? What if just like someone didn't put down the anchor, someone didn't like tie it up or anything, just didn't secure. So, oil tankers are so huge that this couldn't happen. But what if it did though? What if the oil boat just left on accident? What if someone like what if the captain like put it into drive, but just like very slow drive, and then he got off the boat and was like, doop doop doop, gotta go and do whatever. Everybody's off the boat, and then it's just like moving at like 1 mile an hour, and just no one is really sure if it's moving or not until it's far enough away that they're like, oh shit, we can't get back on the boat. Damn.
There would have to be hundreds of people not doing their job at the exact moment that the captain is not doing their job.
Yes.
Because I don't know if like you know this, but like in the captain's where they steer the ship, it's not just the captain in like a closet with a wheel. Mm-hmm. It's like a big room with at least 3 to 4 people in there. Not to mention the captain doesn't even steer the ship.
No, I didn't. I was pretty sure that the captain stands outside with a big wheel, right? That's what it is.
Yeah, you know, because we're putting oil into pirate ships, the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria.
That's right. Yeah, the replica Columbus boat from Corpus. That's what they use to haul oil. Yep.
It's not a lot of oil, but they're doing a job.
Yeah, you know what? It gets the job done. It's
that one meme. It ain't what's it called? It's honest. It ain't much, but it's honest work. But God, we get people that a third party company to tie down the ship, and then third party, I guess local pilots to pilot the ships to and from the open area to the outside area. Then they get driven back. And then the only thing that like the people that are on the ship do are they manage like the pipes and the levels and stuff. It's a big process. There's like hundreds of like jobs that go into doing just single things. And then I watch.
And then you just watch them. Hold on. This is actually.
Wait 1 second.
Okay.
What, Mom? Yes, I do. I won't stay up late.
I would cut that out of the podcast. There's no fucking way I'm cutting it out of the podcast. They'd be like, no, Mom, we'll go. I'm not going to bed late. No, it's fine. No, I'm good.
I'm gonna go to bed like a good boy. I gotta wake up in the morning to go do my look at the camera job.
You gotta go look at the boats. What if the boat drifted away?
God, what if they hijacked it?
Here's the thing, Fee. If you notice a boat moving when it's not supposed to, that's when your lasso skills come in. You're from Texas, you know how to lasso.
I do, and they give us a company branded lasso just in case.
And it's not any different than a regular. It is just rope. It's just one rope, and they're hoping you're gonna hold the boat back.
But it's painted like my company colors.
So. Oh, perfect. Yeah. That way they know it's official rope. It's not just hooligan rope.
It's not that fucking third tier bullshit rope. It's solid security rope.
So, fun fact, just because, you're talking about, but that's called like boat husbandry. Just because you're talking about boat husbandry, there was actually a super, super big scandal involving the U.S. Navy recently.
Oh, no.
With a guy named Fat Leonard. Just fucking great name.
Is that his real name?
That's his nickname.
It's his God-given name.
I think his name is Francis Leonard. God, I'm looking at the story. Yeah,
No,
Leonard
no.
Glenn Francis, Fat Leonard.
No, it's Fat Leonard.
It is Fat Leonard. Yes. He was apparently, so he's a guy that like owned like the port that like a boat would dock in.
Okay.
And he eventually got to the point where he owned a lot of these boats, and he was known for being able to basically get you whatever. So like the Navy would get off the boat, and then they would be like, hey, high level Navy officers, Fat Leonard's here to fucking party. Let's go. Like, let's go to the bar. I'll pay for your drinks. I got fucking, like, I'll drop like 10 G's on just like keeping you guys happy. Keep coming to my port. Isn't this great? And then everybody was like, yeah, you're the best, Leonard. We love you. And then like the gifts started escalating. So it was not only like some cash and like, I'm going to buy you some drinks and we're going to have a good time. It was like, hey, I have procured a $3,000 bottle of champagne. I'm not even going to drink it with you. That's just yours. Obviously prostitutes, obviously.
Of course.
Fancy cars. They would show up and he'd be like, hey, here's a fucking Lambo you can drive around.
Here's your own G-Wagon.
Hey. And in exchange, he would hang out with them and talk to them and be like, hey, just like, I know that like the Navy tries to keep things like real buttoned down, but like, where are the boats going? Because I got a bunch of these ports and I want to know like where these boats are going. That way I can clear room out for you guys to land at my ports. And they were like, oh, fucking, if the choice is landing at a Fat Leonard port or a not Fat Leonard port, obviously we're going for the Fat Leonard port.
Yeah.
And so he was like getting this information, which is like extremely classified and like very dangerous to like public safety. And there's some suspicions that he may have sold that information to other places, but at the very least, he was like modifying shipping routes to be able to like put them where he wanted them so that he could like make the most money. And this was like a huge scandal for like 10 plus years. And I need to read just this part to you.
10 fucking years.
I know, like, and it would have gone on forever if like he hadn't gotten too big for his britches, if he had just like not asked for like sensitive information or whatever. Like people were actively trying to investigate him, and a bunch of Navy people were like, no, you can't investigate Fat Leonard. He's the shit. We're not investigating. Shut that down.
Fucking Fat Leonard's dude, he's the best. You're just trying to throw dirt in his fucking game.
Dude, you're jealous.
Sounds like you're being a hater.
Which, and you will see that is exactly what somebody said, because here's a quote from the Wikipedia. The first activities of the conspiracy were confirmed to have existed in 2006 when Francis recruited numerous Navy personnel to engage in corruption, including directing contacts toward his firm, disfavoring competitors, and inhibiting legitimate fiscal and operational oversight. The initial co-conspirators labeled themselves, quote, the cool kids, and, quote, the wolf pack.
Oh, damn. Got the fucking NWO fucking.
They said, sweet.
They're like, all the other ports suck, but this one is sweet.
Exactly. They put the words "the wolf pack" in text.
The wolf pack in a fucking federal case. Fuck.
Yeah, fucking crazy. So there's actually been a recent development with this. So like, basically he was under house arrest, and he was gonna stay in San Diego and be like treated. And for whatever reason, he just went on a bunch of podcasts and like just was like, oh yeah, of course I bribed the military. Military is basically in my pocket. So like,
what the fuck?
He's just going out there and just being like, yeah, fucking this guy and this guy and this guy. And he's just saying a bunch of public shit about all the people that like, were his co-conspirators, which is like, cool. If you're like, court, I guess. But like, he's like, I don't give a shit. They've already they've got me. This is about taking down other people too.
Yeah. You want to go against me? Well, now them. Fucking, oh God.
So he apparently, early on Sunday, September 4th of this year, Francis escaped home confinement by cutting off his ankle monitor and disappeared, triggering a large federal state manhunt. There were fears he might have already crossed the land border into Mexico, a 40-minute drive from his residence. Francis was apprehended in Venezuela in September 21st. That was like last week, as he was about to fly to Russia.
Damn. Wow, that could have been bad because he knows a lot about port secrets and shit. Wow, what a fucking fat loser! Just god damn.
Yeah.
Oh man, what
absolutely crazy.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah, and like it's not on a lot of the news. Like apparently, I don't know. I usually don't believe whenever somebody's like, oh, this is a news story that they don't want you to hear about. But like, this seems like a pretty big fucking deal to not have heard about it. Like, the only reason I heard about it is because of like a scam podcast that I listened to. They were like, hey, this is a cool scam that no one knows about. I don't know why.
Yeah, why doesn't anyone? I haven't heard anything. I've not heard of it at all.
Yeah. It's
fuck?
Pretty wild. So, like, yeah, he got arrested like initially in 2018, and then I guess he just chilled out for 4 years. Then was like, I'm gonna go to Russia.
I guess he's probably turn up dead soon with all his secrets that he knows, and like he doesn't want to shut up about it.
Yeah, you gotta imagine that like he gets caught, and they like jail him, and then they're like, all right, you stay in America. You're like, we'll let you stay in San Diego. It's fine. You are going to trial. You're probably going to go in for life.
Yeah.
He starts spouting his mouth, and they're like, he's just a public enough figure. It would be weird to kill him. So let's leave him alive. Yeah. He got apprehended in Venezuela, but like they haven't extradited him back to the U.S. yet. So it wouldn't surprise me if a little accident happened while he was there.
Oh, he tried running and he slipped on a live round of ammunition and blew his brains out. I'm sorry, these things happen.
It's fine, not a big deal.
Yeah, he fell down some stairs into a noose and hung himself. I'm sorry. I see it all the time. I'm a cop. Trust me.
Listen, it's fine. People fall into stuff all the time. Bullets, knives, it's all good. Don't think about it too much.
Yeah, don't think about it. Fuck. Thinking about it. Talking about tripping and falling. I fell earlier today. So I told you I went to the movies to go watch Bullet Train, right?
Oh yeah.
So before I get into that, because it's a really good movie. After the movie, we're me and my friend, because I went with my coworker, and we were watching, and I was like, wait until the actual credits start to roll, just in case they want to show something. And then after they're done, I'm like, okay, we can go. We're sitting there talking, and as I'm walking down the stairs, I guess I missed the steps, and I fucking fall down the stairs and eat shit.
Oh no.
At first, like my friend was like, "Oh fuck, are you okay?" And I'm like laying there and I'm like laughing because it didn't hurt. Because I was like really lucky. I fell down like three steps, and I fell like directly on my chest. But it was like in the row, where it's flat, where the row starts for the movie theater seats. I fell right there, and I just fucking laid there for a while. I'm like, yep, I fell.
Yep, well, I guess this is where I live, on the ground right here now.
I was like embarrassed. I was like, fuck. But then I remembered, I'm like, oh, well, no one's even here. Like, there was only like 4 other people watching the movie with us. Like, oh, and they were already like out, so they didn't like see me fucking tumble down the stairs.
What time was this?
Probably around 3:00.
Okay, so that makes sense. I was just wondering, like, do you think that movie theaters are just dying? Like,
yeah,
how many people are like actually going to? But 4 people on like on a Monday at 3 p.m. That's not too bad.
Well, yeah, and this movie's been in theaters for like at least 2 weeks or so.
Yeah.
So we went like during a matinee. It started at 12, or I guess it started at 1, and ended at like 3:30. So, but
Nice.
there was like 6-7 people watching, and yeah, I fell, and
Yeah, you know what? I felt, and it's fine.
I had a good laugh about it.
You know what? You know what? I'd do it again. I'll do it right now, just for fun, just for funsies.
10 out of 10 would fall down the stairs again.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking. But like, God, and I don't know. Like I said, it was funny, but like I wasn't hurt. I'm not hurt at all. Like I didn't like bang my head on the floor. I didn't fucking bang my ankles against the stairs. I just felt like a plank of wood. Like you stand it up and just let it fall. Like that's how it felt because nothing on me was hurt. I just fucking tripped like a dope. But
it's so weird how that can sometimes happen. We're just like,
yeah.
I mean, even you could just trip on the floor, like for whatever reason, your leg doesn't work right, and you just fall for some reason.
Yeah, and like I haven't fallen in a long time, and I'm old. I thought I was gonna get up and everything was gonna hurt, but like I was fine. I just was fine.
Yeah, that's pretty lucky.
I didn't even fall on my keys. My phone didn't go flying. I just fell, and I don't know. It was like the perfect fall because like nothing happened except me hitting the ground.
Yeah, I mean, I got a big talking to. The first time that my wife and I were looking for a house, we toured a house, and in the back they had like a studio space.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was like, oh, cool. Like I can do Twitch streaming. I could do like podcast stuff back here. That would be nice. And then as we were leaving, they were walking in front of me and their foot slipped in a hole in the yard and they just fell down and ate shit like hard. And I have probably never laughed harder in my entire life. More loudly and more like just deep belly crying. This is the funniest thing I've ever seen. And my wife was like, you didn't even ask if I was okay. And I was like, yeah, you fell in a backyard. It's fine.
I fell in some grass. Geez.
It's good. You're okay.
And they're just like seething in like embarrassment and anger.
Yeah.
And you're just at their expense. You're just laughing.
So from now on, I wait. Like, If a funny thing happens, I'm like, were you okay? Is everything all right? And then if they're like, yeah, I'm okay, then it's laugh time. Then it's all hilarity.
It's one of those gut reactions. If it's funny and like you immediately notice that they're fine, like without like, I don't know, like going any further, of course it's gonna be funny. Like,
to give my wife some credit, that second part didn't happen. I did not think they were okay. It was just the funniest shit I'd ever seen.
Oh my God.
I mean, it's not that I thought that they were not going to be okay. It was just like, I didn't explicitly know that they were fine. I was very much just like, Jesus Christ, that's funny.
Look, to be fair, people falling down and getting hurt is very funny.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't blame you. Because I probably would have done the same thing. But, God, I don't know. I laugh at myself when I fall.
Yeah.
I guess, like, the older someone gets, the more it's not funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. I've laughed at old people falling. But, like, so personal, like, old people. Like, if my mom is like, I fell down the stairs the other day, like, because she'll fall. She'll tell me, like, I fell coming off the porch and I'm really hurt, and I'm like, oh Mom, are you okay? And she's like, yeah, but my leg hurts, I got a cut. And then I'll laugh after. but like, I want to know that she's okay and nothing's broken, and I wasn't there to see it. But
yeah, well, that's much easier to manage because they're like, oh, I did fall down the stairs, and you don't see how fucking funny it looked. You have no idea how ridiculously hilarious it looked.
Well, I mean, they're just getting hurt in general. Like, my mom told me this story, where she went to go visit my brother in prison when he was in prison, right?
Mm-hmm.
And every time we'd go visit, he'd, give us big hugs and stuff. And I wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
But this one time she went and he hugs her like really hard. And she's like, oh, like she gets like her breath knocked out and she's uncomfortable the whole time. Well, then it comes to turn out that he, like, I think sprained or fractured some of her ribs from the hug. And I was like, God, Mom! Like, it's very funny. Like, she went to the doctor, though. But it's very funny. I'm like, God, what are your bones made of fucking paper mache? Fuck.
She just made of crystal, your mom.
Well, like, but that gets me to thinking, like, man, my mom is very fragile because she's really small. She's little. So, it's very funny, but, like, I feel bad for her when she gets hurt or something, like when she bangs her like knee and something. I'm like, God, is your leg broken?
Oh no, are you fine?
She's like, yes. Fucking picks up her hand and just hanging there. I'm like, oh,
oh God. Yeah, she falls down the height of a matchbook and explodes. You're like, what? Are you okay?
God, she's just in fucking shambles on the floor. Just, I'm fine. Just sit me up. Just like fucking a broken glass inside of a bag. Just
yeah, that's the sound of her sitting up. You're like, oh God.
Just like, it's okay. These old bones. Fucking my fucking old grandma mother.
Yeah, grandmom.
I hate you. So let's go back to Bullet Train.
Yeah.
It's so I can't really discuss anything but like some of the plot because everything is a spoiler, literally.
Mm-hmm.
So you start off with this Japanese guy.
Okay.
I forget his name. I don't remember.
Okay. Michael.
And Japanese Michael.
Mm-hmm. That's his full Christian name is Japanese Michael.
God. So he's in the hospital. His son's in the hospital because someone pushed him off a building and he lived. Just the kid, not the man.
Cool.
And he's in there and his dad's like, "You're a bad father. Why'd you let him just go off and fucking get pushed off a building?" and the dad's like, "Oh." And then it cuts to Brad Pitt, who is an assassin. Everyone in this movie is an assassin.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes by the name Ladybug. Doesn't have a name. It's Ladybug.
Okay.
And just like Domino from Deadpool 2, his superpower is bad luck. And I wouldn't say superpower, but like that's his quirk.
Okay.
No one has magic powers, but his is bad luck specifically.
No one has magic powers except Brad Pitt.
He has bad luck. Just everything about him is bad luck. If something bad happens, it's because his luck.
Mm-hmm.
And he's kind of he's like more zen than anything. He's like really old and he's tired. He's like, I just do snatch and grabs. I don't do any of the extreme stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So as he's going onto the train, he's going onto the bullet train.
Mm-hmm.
He goes into the locker and where they gave him stuff that he requested for the job, and he's getting it, and they're like, take the gun, and he's like, I don't like guns, I don't use them. So he leaves it. Then he gets on the bullet train, and then it's him just talking for a little bit, and you find out his job is to get a briefcase. And then we cut to the next protagonist. They're called the Twins.
Okay.
And it's this very like white Caucasian or Cockneyed accent English man.
And there's a lot of Caucasian in this movie.
White Cockney accent Englishman, and his brother, a very black Cockneyed accent Englishman.
Okay.
And they're called the Twins.
Okay.
And they are sitting next to an unconscious guy, and you find out that he's the son of like a major, not drug lord, but like gangster lord, and I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
And is there another Japanese man gets on bullet train. Is there another
Japanese man gets on bullet train? That's actually in the script. In the script, they were like, it doesn't matter who. Japanese man get on bullet train.
In Japan, by the way. Japanese Michael gets on bullet train.
Okay, great.
God, and then he's looking for someone, and then he finds them, and I won't tell you who, but like he finds them. But then they get the pullover on him, like he's mistaken, and then she's like, oh nope, it was me you're looking for, and then like she gets the slip on him. And then who else? I'm thinking.
Yeah, and then as the train is going, the guy's son that was pushed off a building is actually, he gets out of the hospital and is pushed off a building again, but this time he lands on the train. It's fucked, dude.
I wouldn't put it past this movie, but like, yeah.
Yeah, so all of this happens in the movie, but you like, it's the only thing that you're like told about is just there's a thud in the background. If you hear a thud, that's that kid.
There's a lot of Schrodinger's or fucking there's a lot of that rule of thumb for movie making.
Chekhov guns?
Chekhov's gun, yeah.
Yeah.
So like at the hospital you hear what's it called? You hear a news report that someone stole a snake, and then it happens to be on the bullet train. There's an anime that gets introduced for kids that's really popular in Japan. It's not real. It's made for the movie only. Damn. It's on the train. They all come into play later. Every single thing.
Nice.
Everything. Even like very just innocuous lines. You have to listen because every single thing they say, every single thing they do, every single character, they're somehow all interconnected without knowing, and everything they say comes into play. Everything they show comes into play. Like, that's why I really can't say anything like more than that. Then like, it's really fucking good.
Nice. I appreciate that. Well, I really like things that are like super well connected together. Knives Out, I feel like is a pretty similar vein. So I'm
one of the actors from Knives Out is in that movie.
Oh, really?
I can't tell you who.
Is it Chris Evans? Is it
No.
Captain America?
There is a Channing Tatum, what's it called, cameo.
Ooh.
And a Ryan Reynolds cameo.
Right, and he is Deadpool, so this Bullet Train is actually an MCU movie.
It feels like Deadpool at times because not only was Brad Pitt in Deadpool 2,
oh yeah, that's true.
Ryan Reynolds was in Deadpool, and the girl who played Domino is in Bullet Train and was in Deadpool.
Interesting.
And there is a scene very reminiscent of Deadpool 2 that's in Bullet Train.
Nice.
So that's all.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, you can't say anything more.
I want you to see it because, fuck, dude, it's like I was dying. My friend who went with me was like dying, dude, next to me, just like laughing. It's really good.
Nice.
And you want to know what happens next. You're just like, is that important? Fucking what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
You're like,
hey,
oh,
go back,
shit.
go back.
So and it's very well done. There's only like maybe 4 set pieces because it all takes place on the bullet train, and you'll notice like different trains, cars and cabins and stuff, and they'll go back and forth, and then like slowly you'll start to notice that people keep leaving the train, and then a lot of the cars keep getting empty, and that also comes into play.
Nice. It's because they keep getting hit by that same kid. He keeps getting pushed off a building and not dying. And they're like, it's gonna work one of these days. That
is one of the pivotal plot devices in the movie.
Just this kid's indestructible body and the fact that it is used to abuse this train.
This kid getting pushed off a building is a pivotal plot device, and it plays into the main antagonist, unbeknownst to the antagonist.
Okay.
I can't tell you anymore.
You know what? That's fine. I'm fine with that.
it's just you have to watch it because what's so funny is like one of the things in the movie that gets said is it's like fucking Kung Fu Panda 2. Nothing happens on accident. Every like everything always happens on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things in the train is like fate is always moving and decides what's going to happen. And if it's your fate that we all met, then that's what fate wanted. And it was really funny because after we learned like the big lesson that things happen, things are always going to happen the way they're supposed to happen.
Mm-hmm.
After that, I fell down the stairs.
Yeah, you said, you know what? This was planned. This is preordained.
That's what I said when I got up. I'm like, fate wanted me to fall.
Mm-hmm.
I was fucking dying. But dude, that movie, I can't recommend it enough. And the reason I didn't want to watch it is because the trailer kind of looked like a generic action movie.
Mm-hmm.
And the trailer didn't seem like anything. But like as I started watching it, I'm like, oh shit, this is a lot more intricate and thought out than the trailer led on to believe.
Nice. Yeah, I mean the trailer did make it seem like it was going to be funny, but not like not interesting.
It didn't make it seem like it was as funny as it was because it's really funny. So
nice.
Oh, there's also like I can't say that.
Yeah, you can't say it, Fee.
I know.
To give you a break here. So you went out to the movies. I saw a post today, and I'm wondering what you think about this. There was a post on Reddit that was like, "Are malls coming back? I've noticed over the last few weeks the 2 malls near me are super busy, like to holiday shopping levels. I also traveled out of state and found the same thing. What's up? How are malls suddenly a thing again?" And the thing that's really funny about this to me is that my wife and I, Texas is hot, meh. And we would load up the baby, like basically we would grab the baby from daycare, load him up into a stroller, and then push him off a cliff. No, we would push him down to we have like a green belt area, like a nature trail that's around our neighborhood, and we would like walk down there, right? And while we were doing that, it was a nice activity. We would talk about work. We would, go through like plans and what we were going to do for the night. And it was a nice way to unpack. And then it just got too hot. And so I was like, God, I want a solution. And I was thinking, man, wouldn't it be great if there was a big air conditioned building that just had a bunch of different activities and you could like walk around in the middle of it?
No one's thought of that.
Yeah. Nobody's thought of that. And then that was a thought that I legitimately had. And then I went, oh shit, I'm thinking of a mall. Oh no, am I going to be a mall walker now? I don't want to be old.
It's an old activity.
And apparently, yeah. So like if it's a dead mall, yeah, that's a pretty cool activity to do, especially if it's only like, if it's a huge building and there's only like 5 stores and maybe 24 people for the whole building. Sick. Yeah. Very into that.
You need a Sunrise Mall near you.
Yeah, we need an old bad mall.
Offset the good mall.
Yeah, that's why the good mall gets all the people and the bad mall gets old people. So like I was thinking that and I was like, man, it would be nice to like instead of like a Dillard's, what if there was like a coffee shop instead of a fucking no, we still have an EB Games. We keep a GameStop or an EB Games. That's good.
Yeah,
but we could deal away with like the Calendar Store and the Bed Bath and Beyond and like Dillard's and JCPenney. Like we don't need any of those.
Why does a Calendar Store need its own store? It's just
Great
calendars.
Question. It's just calendars. It's a whole store of calendars. And then they're like, legitimately every calendar store that I've been in, because I've been in a few, it's like the first half of the calendar store is like calendars. And then the back half is like, we ran out of, do you want a puzzle? We've got puzzles.
We got a puzzle of the calendars.
You wanted pictures of cats, right? So we got a puzzle cat.
God, that's like a very like single lady with millions of cats in her 40s store.
Yeah. just buy some new puzzles and calendars. But like,
Oh, wow.
so I was thinking of that, and I was like, man, the mall's probably dead at this point. I don't know. Maybe we could go to the mall and walk around, but we never did. And then now that I read this question, I'm like, oh no, did people figure out that malls are actually cool again? Damn it.
I don't know, man. Like every time I go to the mall, I feel in my heart like I want it to be cool.
Mm-hmm.
But I always just go to the same 2 or 3 shops and nothing else.
Yeah.
And maybe the food court, or maybe buy a pretzel.
Mm-hmm.
I don't ever.
That's the quintessential mall experience, though. Like that, doing that with a friend, great. Doing that alone, awful.
The thing is, like, the 2 shops that I like going to, one's on the opposite side of the mall, and the other is on the other side, like the very fucking other side.
Which 2 stores?
Spencer's and Hot Topic.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really weird because they used to have like Spencer's. I think it moved because like there was a whole corner of the mall that was just like that was just teen corner, and it was just like it was the FYE, it was Hot Topic, and it was Spencer's, just all there.
I think Hot Topic moved.
Oh, well, Hot Topic moved. That makes sense.
But they remodeled it a whole lot. It doesn't look like back in the day when we went there.
Yeah.
They don't have like the corner that have FYE and like Chan's Imports and all the goth shops.
Mm-hmm.
They've spread them out except for Chan's Imports. It's not there anymore. And FYE is not there anymore.
Yeah.
And they took out the carousel, which I'm really upset by because I like just sitting on the carousel.
Wait, you're like, here's $5, and you just sit on the carousel like,
nice. No, the fucking the game plan for a carousel is you get in there, you get in like one of the 2 spinning circle carousel things, and you spin it as fast as you can.
God, I hated that. Like my god brother visited us, and we went to the mall together, and then he was like, oh, I want to do like the teacup. And me and my mom and him got on that, and him and my mom were just cranking it. Like my mom loves thrill rides. My mom loves spinning around. So I'm sitting over there like, oh God, I'm going to throw up. And I didn't, but I was nauseous legitimately the rest of the time we were in Corpus. So like, it was great to like get back in the car and be like, well, I feel like throw up. And then we would stop at a place and I'd get out and be like, I still feel like I'm going to throw up. God, jeez. It's good. Very fun.
The mall back then used to be like very, not discombobulated, but I feel like disjointed. Like a lot of the things didn't match. Like we had the carousel, which was just there randomly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You had both Hot Topic and EB Games. They were in separate places.
Mm-hmm.
EB Games and GameStop. They were in separate places. Mm-hmm. And then Hot Topic and Spencer's and FYE were in one corner. And then far away from the food court, there was a Chick-fil-A in just one hallway.
Mm-hmm.
And then the food court only had like the pizza and 2 Chinese restaurants.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the place was like JCPenney's, Dillard's, and just random shops. I think there was like a Luby's cafeteria.
There was, yeah. There was a Luby's down on like the first floor.
Yeah,
I remember because that's where my my grandmother uttered thought she was being disrespected and did say out loud, don't treat me like that. I'm a white woman. That's just, yeah, great. Cool. Thanks. Thank you.
Up and put her hand to her chest. I'm a white woman. Just, don't you know? Fucking God.
Great. Cool. Love having a grandma like that.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And like I don't remember much else. There used to be EB Toys.
Yeah.
On the second floor.
KB Toys.
KB Toys.
Yeah.
And I really liked that. And I don't remember much else of what was in the mall. Like if anything, like there was a Journeys and that shoe store that's still there. But like I don't remember much else.
Yeah.
And I feel like people go to the mall. I know it's always packed on the weekends and sometimes during the day, but like, what? Why would you just go to the mall? Like, other than hanging out with like friends and being a teen hangout, but like, there's no good reason to go to the mall.
Mm-hmm.
At least in like my opinion, I just don't know why I would go.
Yeah, it's cool. The idea of a mall is cool, but the things that are inside of a mall no longer interest me because, like, I don't know if it's like a potent combination of like online shopping and like just getting older, or because like I don't know, if it would if a Zoomer, why don't we have a resident Zoomer to ask these questions? But like, do they like going to the mall? Are there things there that they enjoy?
More of like a window shop. Like I personally like I will go. I'll be like, if it's there, I'll go in. But like, I won't buy anything, and I'll be like, well, that was like a fun waste of 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll be like, well, do you want to go like to the food court and get like a milkshake or something?
Mm-hmm.
I just because what could I like? I maybe I'll see a shirt that I like, but I'm still trying to think why. Why though?
Yeah, I guess
Hot Topic or Spencer's. I go in there just because to go in there, or maybe when I'm buying a gift, I like to go into the mall. That's what we went there for, me and my mom a few weeks ago, to buy a gift because a Champs is there, and we bought a sweater for my cousin.
Nice.
I bought a shirt for my sister at Champs. But like, we didn't have like, if my mom knew how to use a computer or like shop online, we would.
Yeah.
But no, we went there. But
legitimately, it happens. Like it happens to coincide with like holiday season. Whenever I'm thinking about buying something like for friends or family or whatever, and then if it gets too close and I'm like, ah, shit, I've missed the window. I honestly forget that sometimes stores exist. So I'm like, oh god, there's Best Buy. I forgot Best Buy existed. Jesus. So like, going to a mall only has appeal to me for hanging out, because you're right. The older that I got, the less that it was like, we're going to go to the mall and like, I'm going to go to a game store. Maybe there's a new game I want to buy. If there's a new game that I want to buy, I know about it and then I buy it. And that's the end. Like there isn't like window shopping for games.
Yeah, it was different when we would go, because I'll be like, oh dude, I didn't know this was out, or I didn't know this existed. Walking in and genuinely like seeing things that I've never seen before, something I wasn't accustomed, like toys or like shirts of like bands or anime and stuff. Well, like now, all I gotta do is go to Google and be like, fucking type in the band's name and like merchandise.
Yeah.
Or like anime name merchandise. Or just go and then like a million different fucking results will come in, and I'll just pick the one that I like. Where, as in back then, I couldn't, and it was fun to see things that I've never seen before. But I've seen multiple things, even like more than what the mall has, so it doesn't excite me anymore.
Yeah, yeah. It's at that point where like you go to a mall and you're like, well. Oh, I really do enjoy going to Spencer, or like Hot Topic is a great example, right? You go to Hot Topic and like whenever you were like 16, 17, you were like, oh, dude, they've got like a new Naruto shirt. They've got a new like Blink-182 shirt. That's crazy. Cool. Like I like this. But now I feel like every design that I see in a store, I'm like, well, that's not that great. And if it was great, I probably have seen it and have purchased it already. So like, to me, it seems like it's a combo of good merch not being in person, and the merch that is in person is just like bleh, or I've already seen it, or I'm not really interested. Like it's always a combo of some of those things, because like shopping in person for things feels like I feel stupid for shopping in person, because whenever I like walk into like a Best Buy or something and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to go buy like a camera or whatever, I'm like, I'm positive I could get this for cheaper online. Like, right? Like, I don't know anything about, like, I should be doing a bunch of research about this. Why can't I do that?
Yeah, who impulse buys like a camera?
Yeah, or like like a TV. I would never buy a TV in a store now.
Yeah, well, I do. I'll just go to Walmart. Like, say if my TV broke, I would just go pick me up a TV at Walmart.
Yeah, but that's because you steal it. That's different.
Yeah, I'll go and like set fire to like one part of the store, and while they're not looking, I'll just take it. It looks like it's a 5-finger discount day.
Yeah, I just like whenever you buy a TV, I'm like, okay, well, like, is it LCD or LED? Is it OLED? Like, what's the brightness? What's the dynamic color range? What's the refresh rate? Is it a smart TV? I don't want a smart TV. What are my options for not smart TV? Like, all of those things sort of pile up and get to the point where you're like, fucking, why don't I just go on the internet?
I think, like, the difference between buying a TV for me and you is, like, you have, like, the disposable income to shop around online and, like, buy whatever. I will have to go when they're doing layaway days, choose the size I want of, like, the 3 brands and be like, I can pay this off in, like, the 2 months that they've given me. And, like, put a little bit down, you know? And I don't have many choices because I'm like, this is my limit, and I'm gonna buy this TV. I don't have like, how much does a TV in your living room cost? Like $800?
Yeah, it was more expensive than that. I think it was like 12, 13.
It's a nice TV.
Yeah.
My TV right now that I'm using, which is 55, maybe 60. It was like $200, $300 maybe.
I mean, and that's fine. I feel like sort of like on the cheaper range of things, you can walk into a store and get like a cheap TV, but you could also buy it online and it would probably be cheaper, and it would probably be better for the same price. Like, I feel like the only thing that like may screw you over is shipping, but like anytime that there is like an opportunity to research a piece of technology, it's like, oh, I now know like what I should be looking for. I now know like the specs that I should be looking for. I now know, you know, oh, well, this TV goes on sale, or like I found a discount, or if I purchase it on this site, I can, you know, do whatever. So like, this site, it's like buy a TV, get a free other TV. I just like, so I feel dumb if I'm like if I'm in a store and I'm like, yeah, I guess I'm gonna buy this TV, and like even if I look it up online, I'm like, okay, here's the model number, and then I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, this is like a good price for this TV, and then I'm like, but what if I spent an extra 30 minutes and I found it for like $50 less? What if I did that?
Maybe I'll do that for my next TV. I've had this one for going on 3 years, and like, I don't know. I feel like it's fine. Like it's not. I don't want to buy like a high-end TV right now, especially because like where I live.
Yeah.
I don't want like something to happen to it. The cat like walks behind it. I mean, there's dust everywhere. I'm not in a place to keep it like maintained like the way it should be.
Yeah.
To where it would justify me spending extra on it.
Yeah.
So like, and it looks fine. Like it has good colors. It's, you know, it's bright. It's fine. It's whatever. So I'm okay with it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
it's everything I needed to do.
Yeah. As long as like it's doing what you want. Like, who gives a shit? Like whatever.
That's what I'm saying. But anyway, getting off the topic of TVs and capitalism and the sadness is that we're getting older and the mall's not relevant.
Yeah. Oh.
No.
Where's the old people mall with places to hang out?
There's just like so I go the reason I got excited to go to the mall last time, besides like going and buying gifts, I really wanted a pretzel. And there's not like places outside the mall where you can get a good fucking warm pretzel. So like I'm like, fuck yeah, pretzel. You know.
Are they that good?
They sell pretzel dogs at the pretzel store.
Okay, okay.
So, you got your little like pig, it's like a big cup of like mini pig in a blankets with pretzel covers on it, and then they got their normal like infinity symbol pretzel. Yeah, the pretzel design.
Yeah, the pretzel.
The pretzel.
Yeah, you don't. Speaking of which, fun fact: I am going to Germany later this week, and so I am going to Pretzel Town. I'm gonna go eat just a bunch of fucking pretzels while I'm out there.
Why are you going to Germany?
Great question. It's mainly because my my wife is doing a work thing, and I could get cheap accommodations, so that's why I'm doing it.
I'll say because my wife is doing a work thing and I wanted to go.
Yeah, which is like the best excuse is like, oh yeah, work is going to pay for my wife to go there. So that's like if we're doing like a quote unquote vacation, then I am actually taking a vacation while they're working, and then I just get to hang out and do whatever I want to during the day. And I think I'm going to do it like, so the last time that we did this, it was in Japan. And this time I think I'm going to be a little more comfortable. I think there's going to be enough people in Germany that know English.
I think that's the case.
So I think I'll probably be okay. But to like go and have a coffee and eat a pretzel. And the only thing is like,
wear lederhosen.
Yeah, wear some later. The thing is, you only do that during Oktoberfest. But spoiler alert, we're going to be there during Oktoberfest, which is I didn't want. I told work, I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to Germany here in a few weeks. And they were like, oh, you going for Oktoberfest? And I went, no, wait a second. And then I looked it up, and sure enough, turns out Oktoberfest is the end of September until like early October. So we're going right at the tail end of it.
No.
Yeah.
How long are you going to be up there?
For a week.
Nice.
Yeah. Gonna be, I don't know what I want my goal to be, but I kind of want my goal to be to eat a pretzel from a different place every day while I'm there.
Now that you mentioned pretzels, now that's my goal.
Mm-hmm.
You son of a bitch.
I just thought like having a nice pretzel would be good, especially from like the country that does like Germany does bread great. So going and just like fucking up some bread sounds awesome.
Make sure to go to Oktoberfest. Don't drink it here. Just buy me a Stein.
No.
Steins are cool.
Yeah, not gonna though.
How fucking dare you?
Yeah, I would have to put it in a bag and bring it back to America, and I don't want to do that.
You are the biggest bitch.
That just Fee. What if it breaks? What if all of a sudden all my clothes are just covered in glass?
You can buy some new clothes.
Mm-hmm. Force me to buy new clothes for your Stein that you're gonna put milk in?
Mr. Pibb, probably.
Oh damn! You're gonna get a Pibb Stein. Woo!
Listen, look, I'm never gonna go to Germany in my life. Just I want a piece of it.
Why? You don't even care about Germany.
Because Steins are cool.
Buy one at Medieval Times.
No.
Okay.
Although I do want to go to Medieval Times.
Man, Medieval Times. Have you never been to Medieval Times?
Oh, I have. Actually, like 4 years ago.
I thought so. I was pretty sure we went to Medieval Times together.
Well, we went to Medieval Times together, but I also went with James and my then girlfriend and some D&D people that all flaked out the first day they went.
What?
And oh God, I didn't tell you that story, did I?
Mm-mm.
So we had planned to go to Medieval Times for the weekend, right? So me, my ex, James, and then some friends from work.
Mm-hmm.
We bought a spot in the campground to camp. We all had tents. My ex-girlfriend family had a big tent for us, and it was during November, so it was pretty cold up there. But we bought a little portable heater, so we were pretty fine. I mean, it was really cold that first night when we got there, and the people we went with were a husband, a wife, their like 5, maybe 6-year-old child, a friend who drove up there with me, and I think somebody else. We get there, and we set up our tents, and it's already dark, and we're having kind of a bad time because they're like, fuck, it's dark, it's cold, we just want to get stuff on so we can get under the blankets. And after all is said and done, we do that. Then the next day we spend the full day at the park. Halfway through the day, the couple, the guy who drove, who went up there with me, the kid, they all leave. They're like, it's too cold here. We're not going to camp. We're just leaving. And they bought a weekend ticket and everything.
Wow.
And we're just like, whoa, we've been planning to do this for a while. Like, and it wasn't just those three. It was like 2 other people that went with them. But we all went as a group. I'm like, we drove from Portland, Texas to, I think, the Woodlands.
Yeah.
And you spent a lot of money.
Magnolia, Texas, baby.
Yeah. And we spent a lot of, like, time and money and stuff. And you spent one day there and said, nope.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, no, I've spent money and I made time to come up here. I'm going to stay the whole time. I'm like, y'all fucking wimp asses. It was so nice. And I was more out of shape back then. So walking, like, for the whole 2 days, my feet were swollen. I was having, like, a miserable time walking, but everything was fun. All the food was good. But, man, it was so lame that they left. They're like, it's too cold.
Yeah, and you're like, no. And also, can I just clarify? I love that this whole time you've talked about going to the Renaissance Fair. And I was talking about medieval times.
Oh.
I said the words medieval times. You repeated the words medieval times back to me numerous times before you switched to Renaissance Fair.
Yeah, I guess when you said medieval times, I don't know why it was like, well, Renaissance Fair is like medieval times. Get it?
Yeah, hey.
It was like going back to medieval times.
Without the capital M and capital T. Yes.
We've never been to medieval times. I have never been to medieval times.
Okay, then you and I can do that. We'll do it.
Hell yeah.
You're gonna have a good time.
Because remember, we were gonna go in high school, but then fucking Gerald was like, no, we're gonna go to Magic Machine.
Oh god, yeah, we went to Magic Time Machine and it was fine, I guess. The food wasn't super good, and we got served by Joe Dirt.
We got served by Joe Dirt, Captain Jack Sparrow, Wonder Woman, and what's his name from the Little Rascals?
Buckwheat. Buckwheat was there.
They didn't let us order our own food. They're just like, we're like looking at the menu and they're like, we're gonna do the Roman orgy, and we're like, but we want to order food.
Yeah, we're like, we want to get like burgers or something, and they were like, nope, we're doing family style. And as a result, like, anytime that like a teacher or a guardian or whatever wants you to do family style with everyone, don't fucking let them. It's a trick. It's a trick so that you leave hungry.
Dude, I think that was the night where you ate moldy bread sandwich.
That was the next day, I think.
Yeah. Well, I know, like, we were home, like, hungry because I was like, oh, God.
Yeah.
Like, because they were just feeding us stuff, and I was like, well, I'm not getting, like, what I want.
And it wasn't much either. It was like, they continued to feed us, but it was like less than a bite of food. So you would get like 10 bites of food over the course of the dinner, and it was like, this is fucking nothing. Hey.
Yeah, and like I bet the people that were dressed up hated it, because then we just had to like stand there and watch them awkwardly feed 8 people. And I was like, I don't like this like at all.
Yeah, can we just please not?
So, fucking, yeah, it would have been so much better at fucking medieval times, but no. Magic Time Machine, a place that we didn't want to go. Like, we had voted for it, and I think we won that vote.
We did.
Jared was like, nope, medieval times.
Yeah, she was like this, because we were up there for a theater trip, and she was like, this is going to be a better example of acting. She was like, that's a bad excuse. I guarantee you she looked at it and went, I don't want to go to medieval times. It's going to be more expensive. Fuck it. We're not doing it.
if anything, Medieval Times is a better representation of acting. There are people, oh, I don't know, acting.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, the characters that serve you in Magic Time Machine are acting. They are in character. It's just that their characters are not very good, and it's just like, I don't know. It's not a thing that I'm particularly interested in going back to do.
Like,
whereas Medieval Times, I'll go back to Medieval Times every fucking day.
Literally, the people at Magic Time Machine aren't like acting. They're doing bad impressions and probably the same impressions over and over to the people they're serving. Because what did fucking Captain Jack Sparrow like? Oh, where's the rum going? Fucking
yeah, yeah. You're like, oh, okay, cool.
And fucking what did Wonder Woman say? Like fucking gotta wonder. I don't.
Yeah, that's her trademark phrase. Gotta wonder.
It's wondering time. Like fucking what? And then Joe Dirt like what? Fucking life's a garden. Dig it. Fucking you need a refill. Buckwheat has no quotes. He was just like, I'm Buckwheat. Like,
hey, Buckwheat, y'all.
And I didn't even know he was Buckwheat. Like, pick someone else.
Please, God, pick a character that makes me wonder if like that's standardized or not. Because like, I wonder if they hire someone. They're like, yeah, you can play like different characters, and they're like, yeah, I do Alfred from Batman Begins specifically, and they're like, yeah, okay, that's good enough. And then people show up and they're like, are you just Michael Caine, I guess? I'm Michael Caine.
Would you like a refill?
Batman's pretty cool. I don't know him. I'm Bruce Wayne's butler.
I heard that Batman's a really strong chap, but I wouldn't know anything. Just
he's the fastest, strongest, and coolest.
And I bet his butler's really cool. Just
whoever he works with is gonna be really sexy. What?
I think I would have fun, like, working there if I was just, like, a weird character. I'd be like, I think I would do stupid shit like that, but,
yeah, I mean, I think you have to.
If you think about it, Magic Time Machine is basically a cosplay restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
It's
yeah,
like,
that's exactly what it is.
It's America's, like, it's America's answer to, well, why don't we have maid cafes or, like, cosplay, like, restaurants?
Yeah, we got this one. It didn't do very well, and now it's out of business.
Well, we have two, because Medieval Times is technically, like, a cosplay.
I guess that's true, but it's performance. I feel like this is performance theater, you know, because, like, they fight. Like, they whoop ass in there, you know?
Yeah. I guess it's performance theater with choice of food. And
well, I guess there's not a choice of food. You show up and eat what they give you.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know anything about Medieval Times other than like in the Cable Guy they went there.
Oh yeah, you are gonna fucking we're for sure gonna go and you're gonna blow your like. So the meal is the same every time unless you're vegan or whatever. But it's like a soup, and then it's like a potato, and then it's half a chicken, and then there's a rib, and then there's a apple turnover, and that whole time you're just watching people beat the shit out of each other and falcons and fucking horses and shit. It's awesome.
Do they let you just sit there the whole time and watch, or?
Yeah, that's like they put on like a storyline driven show.
Okay, so like people that show up to eat like kind of have to show up at like the right time. They don't just show up in the middle of battle, do they?
No, you schedule like so. Medieval Times is like the show is at 7. Show up at 7. The end. Ooh. If you show up late, go fuck yourself.
That makes a lot more sense. I'm like, well, what about people that are, like decide last minute?
Yeah, fucking the knights are just like they're fighting for 14 hours straight a day. They're like, well, somebody did buy lunch for noon, so you got to be here. You got to do it. So
fucking funny. But I mean, that sounds fun. Like, I really want to do it. Maybe Maybe we'll go up there and do it. Maybe I'll make a small vlog for the fucking YouTube channel.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Go to Medieval Times.
Yeah, it's great. They sit you in a section where like you have your own color-coded knight to root for. And you have a this is more important. So like rooting for people, great. We love that. Rooting against others is also fun. So they're like, yeah, we're blue and we're great. And you know what? Fuck those greens over there. And you're like, yeah, fuck green. It's great.
He's a sack of shit. Yeah. Fucking that's fucking sick. I'll have to schedule to go visit you for another weekend someday.
Hell yeah.
I mean, not someday, like after you get back from Germany, maybe like sometime after. But
yeah.
Yeah, we should do that.
Do so. It is in Dallas though, so like,
not bad.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it just means that we'll have to drive a little bit. This is fine.
Well, how far is Dallas from Austin?
4 hours.
That's not too bad. You like driving?
Yeah, no, I do like driving, so it'd be fun.
Plus, we could probably stop at a Buc-ee's.
Ooh, going to a Buck-ass.
Going to Buck-ass the Wuck-ass. Let's go fucking get some, what's it called? Oh shit. Beaver nuggets.
Yeah, gotta get them beef nugs.
Gotta get beaver nuggets and fucking jerky.
Yeah. That's I'm totally down to do this because it's like Medieval Times is great and it's an experience you should have like on your plate in your life.
Yeah, that will be a fun experience. I can't wait.
Yeah, and it's not like it is expensive to go to Medieval Times because you're paying for dinner and a show. And like while we've been talking, I found a coupon that takes the price of an adult admission from $65.95 down to $49.46, which is still a lot of fucking money. But
that's kind of a steal. Like from like the price of a PlayStation 5 game to a used PS4 game. That's not bad.
That's not too. If you frame it like that, pretty good actually.
I using like fucking GameStop terminology for fucking prices. That's how
like, has a GameStop employee ever been like, hey, listen, if you exchange 4 PS4 games, you get 1 PS3 game, and that's not bad actually when you think about it.
1 PS3 game, fuck. What game is it? Gotta go buy.
Shit, do we even have any PS3 games?
Oh man, the guy that left right before you came in got the last one. I'm sorry.
It's Panzer Dragoon Orta. It's that one.
What?
No, shit, that was on Xbox. Damn it!
I would say, like,
It's Heavenly Sword. How about that?
Oh my fucking Heavenly Sword deserves to be in the trash.
How dare you? Heavenly Sword was a beautiful game that I enjoyed a lot.
It was okay. It was just okay. Because I did buy it. I bought it. And I hated the sword control segments of the game where you had to use your controller 6-axis.
Mm-hmm.
And after like the first 2 of those, I was like, this game sucks.
Yeah. I just... You ever go into a GameStop like not intending to buy anything and then you see a game that you're like, hey, the fuck is that?
Yeah.
So that, like, to go back to the mall experience, that used to happen anytime that you went into a GameStop. You'd be like, hey, I didn't know there was a second Pilot Wings game. What the fuck is this? What?
Yeah, well, to be fair, when I was younger, like before like games were more like relevant and prevalent, where you could like look at reviews or people playing the game, I would just go to GameStop and be like, this looks cool.
Yeah.
And
that was a Fee thing to do, is like Fee would just pick a used game off the shelf and be like, oh, I don't know what. Okay, this looks cool. Yeah, sure, and just buy it. And I'd be like, is that okay?
Listen, like I found a lot of good games that way. Like the Final Fantasy on the Wii, I forget what it was called. Like it was like a weird point. Like it was so weird, but it was a good game. Zen Goku Basara Heroes on PS3 is still one of my favorite PS3 games of all time.
Yeah, that was was that the one that you picked up in San Antonio?
No, I don't think. The one where we went with on the trip with the class. No, that was Growlancer. Legends.
Oh yeah, that's right. God, I keep forgetting Growlancer. What a game!
Yeah, it had 2 games in it, and I spent all my money, and it was very sad.
Yeah, you were. You were like, man, I don't have any money for food. Me and Mike were like, man, that sucks.
I was like, it'd be really cool if you gave me like one of your chicken strips.
We're like, yeah, that would be pretty cool for you, wouldn't it? But then I'd have one less chicken strip.
I mean, listen, when I was younger, I didn't have a lot of money, and I was very bad with it. So now
okay. I had to get Growlancer.
Look, I heard good things about it in a magazine once.
Yeah, and when was I gonna find it again, ever?
Never. Not ever, not never.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought it. But I was very bad with my money back then. Now, like, I'm reluctant to buy anything. And you mentioned earlier, like, that I steal it. Like, I'm so nervous when I go into stores. Even after I bought stuff. Like, today, for example, I went to H-E-B. I had to buy some creamer for my mom, and I bought a Dr. B. Mm-hmm. And I bought it, and, like, even when I walked in, I'm like, fuck. I'm like, people are looking at me, and I'm like, I haven't done anything, but I'm by myself.
I haven't done anything. Stop looking at me. And people are like, what?
I know they're not, but God, do I feel it. And then, what's it called? I buy my stuff, and my tummy's rumbling. I'm like, oh, I gotta dump. So after I've bought like the things that I was gonna buy, I go to the bathroom with my bag, which in my mind, I'm like, this looks fucking sketchy. And I go to the bathroom and I hang the hook hang my bag on the door, and I sit down, and it makes the noise. I'm like, God, if someone's in here, they're gonna think I'm doing something in a plastic bag or something.
Yeah, they're gonna come in and be like, hey, you have a whole brisket in there?
Bring out all the stolen goods.
Yeah, like, we know, we got you. We know your gig.
Like, I felt like so nervous, like pooping. I was just like, I'm trying to hurry. And then I leave from the bathroom with my bag, and I'm like, fuck, this looks suspicious too. But like, I had my receipt.
Should have left the bag in the bathroom and then just bought the stuff again.
And then leaving, I don't know why, like, I was just picturing, I'm like, someone being like, hey, stop that guy. And I'm like, oh God, I have the receipt, please. I have a family. Just
God.
I'm so nervous now. Like, I'm not so fucking like careless that I would go anywhere and just rob them. Like, I can't do that anymore.
Man, yeah.
When
you get old, life comes at you fast.
I used to throw caution to the wind and rob everywhere. I would rob things like I was a bad boy. But like, not anymore. I'm a good boy.
No, you're a good boy with a job.
That's the thing. I'm like, oh God, I'm gonna get caught stealing. I'm gonna lose my job. I'm gonna be a disgrace.
And then I'm gonna have to steal again.
Just to live.
It's a vicious cycle.
Fucking that one part in the Aladdin song. Fucking, what does he say? Gotta eat to live. Gotta steal to eat. Tell you all about it when I have the time. Fucking, that's me, the street rat.
Yeah, that's Fee. Fee's just Fee is Aladdin, and Fee does have a friend with a tail. It is a possum though. It's a little different.
I mean, you could have said my cat, but I mean, hey.
No, it's
that
the possum.
Look, Possumo is like, he has long since passed away. So it's a very dodgy subject. To
R.I.P. Bossimo. We are at time. We are at our allotted time.
And we didn't even talk about The Last of Us.
I know. In the stream title, we mentioned a few things. I don't think we talked about anime either. It's fine.
No, we did talk about anime.
Did we?
We talked about the dub of Devil's a Part-Timer.
That's true. I was specifically going to talk about the fact that we're coming up on the new season of anime. Things are happening, but
that is good. And I did mention ASMR fucking isekai.
True. Yep, ASMR isekai. If you can, go watch whatever that show is, and then tell me about it so I don't have to watch it.
I'll watch it.
Oh, thank God, Fee. Fee is a real American hero for just laying his life on the line to watch this anime for me.
I watch everything, even if it's embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
No one's monitoring me at work, so I mean that's where I do it.
Yeah.
But yes, I will watch it, and I will tell you in detail all about it.
I'm looking forward to it, Fee.
Like, I'm trying to think of like an embarrassing anime that I've seen recently, but like, I mean, there was this BL anime that I was watching. It was really good.
Ooh, okay.
And it wasn't like trashy, because like a lot of like BL anime. Well, okay, never mind. There's like this one scene that the MC gets molested.
Oh, good, yeah.
But other than that, it's fine. Like,
oh
okay,
yeah, no, that's God. It's just it gets good after the rape scenes. It's fine.
Okay, let me at least paint you the picture. Because
no, I don't want a picture painted, Fee. The show is over. We can stop. Do the outro. Go.
No, God damn it. I want you. Wait, we didn't even tell people where they could find us.
Oh, yeah, that's true. We're recording this podcast live on Twitch. You can follow us at twitch.tv/GoGetUsPod. You can also listen to the show wherever you're currently listening to it, as well as Spotify and basically any other podcatcher platform that you could use. You can check us out on social media. We're on Twitter, kind of, and we're on TikTok, also kind of. But the main ways you want to get all up in our business, it is Twitch. So come get twitched, baby.
Come get twitched on.
Yeah, come get twitched on.
I mean, you can watch us live on Twitch, or you can like watch our stuff on YouTube and Spotify. But I mean,
oh yeah, that's true. We do also. They're all okay. So if you're not listening to this being recorded live, you can. I just forgot about that. You can catch it on YouTube. We have the replay of the stream up on YouTube, and it will be good. So go do that.
Did you forget like everything we're on?
Yes.
We're kind of everywhere, and that's it. Just and on Twitch.
Just Google Go Get Us Podcast and then look for us. Yeah, there are a couple of others. I don't know why.
What the fuck's on? So yeah, go do that. Just follow us and thumbs up and like and follow and subscribe and all the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then after you do that, I want you to get all your blind sound-based zombies, put them on a bullet train, force them to watch ASMR isekai anime, then go get them.
Go get them!
I tried to...
I wonder if that would like affect the mindset of the zombie, like watching something that nonsensical. They're like, oh, maybe I should stop biting people.
They couldn't watch it. They're blind. They'd hear it. Oh, and their hearing's like enhanced, so like they would hear it like the ASMR even in depth.
Why is their hearing enhanced?
In The Last of Us, because they
oh, you're right. Shit. Yeah. No. They are the cordyceps zombie. Yeah.
Yeah. So like they would hear like the more like ASMR, like even more ASMR-y.
Yeah.
Like
they're like so to our normal human ears, it's like it's hello, you're on a beach and the sand is moving through your hands. But for the zombies, it's like...
You fucking hearing their heartbeat just like, oh, hello, hey.
Oh, Jesus.
Zombies like, this isn't ASMR.
Oh, this sucks. I hate this.
Later, bye.
Bye.
This sucks. I hate it. The zombie.